you're watching Ndtv-Hindu.
He has just scored his 50th Test century. Hip hip!
Hooray!
Hip hip!
Hooray!
Hip hip!
Hooray!
Well, those obviously are the visuals coming in from the Ndtv-Hindu newsroom. Again, a very excited one at that. And again, reasonably so, reason to be excited. Sachin Tendulkar, the master blaster, has done it once again. A new high, registers a new high, one that has never been accomplished by any other batsman in the history of international cricket. Again, a big achievement is what we're looking at. The master blaster, Sachin Tendulkar, makes a new high. 50 Test centuries is what we're looking at. A half a century of centuries. Now, it's hard to come up with appropriate words to put this colossal achievement in perspective. Words don't do justice to this. Again, I'm looking for new words. Magnanimous, fantastical. But then again, none of that does justice to this one achievement. The greatest batsman makes history. Again, a case in point why he sits atop most batsmen to have ever played the game. Now, this even as Sachin continues to play that anchor innings. Again, critical in India's fight back in the Centurion Test. Again, a very good evening to you and welcome to Headlines Now with me, Ashmit, on this exciting evening. Again, the man in action has been the master blaster marking new highs with the closest competitors looking more obscure in the stardust. Again, so a lot happening. We'll bring you all of that in just a short while. But first, let's take a look at the headlines. Sonia Gandhi targets the BJP for protecting Yediyurappa, slams the opposition for the washout in Parliament. After the Congress assault, Advani hits back with vengeance, terms the UPA regime as corrupt and ineffective.
This winter session which has just ended, the issue of corruption has been highlighted.
The NCC is in for a boost ahead of the assembly polls. Rahul Gandhi gets ready to set the campaign trail blazing in Tamil Nadu. India's space program gets a jolt. ISRO postpones launch of satellite indefinitely after technical glitches. Are you sitting on top of a time bomb? Residents of Annanagar West Extension think so, with a gas warehouse in close vicinity. Ndtv-Hindu gets you the Deputy Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu to act. Stalin meets the supposedly overqualified graduate after offering him a job.
Deputy Chief Minister, sir, and to all the person who helped me a lot, and the Ndtv-Hindu for giving me this opportunity.
Well, there isn't just heavenly music, but also ethereal dance movements on show this Margari. Let's also take a quick glance through national headlines. There's no mountain that the little master can't climb. Master scales a new highs with a half century of centuries. Mayawati arrests key Mulayam aide Rajya Sabha Raja Bhaiya. Mulayam Singh says top police officers will face the heat. The police are now questioning the husband of the murdered Bangalore techie. His estranged friend is detained. Now, Aussies equalize the Ashes series as India looks to stage a fight back. And again, the biggest story of this hour again. And just a few minutes back, the whole of India is of course rejoicing as we speak. Bring out the fine china, that special bottle of wine that you have been saying, the vuvuzela, the works, everything. Bring it all out because the biggest star from India, the little master, has achieved a new high. One that will stand strong and cement his place, his fans' place, his country's place in the record books. Now, Sachin has made 50 Test centuries, a half a century of centuries. So I needn't say more about that. And the critics have little to say and the naysayers even less. The master has just carved for himself a league of his own. But let's not forget that this does come on the back of India's fighting back again against the fiery South African attack. India has just lost Dhoni, but then again looking strong with Sachin Tendulkar at the helm of affairs. Now for more than that, let's go across to Robin Singh again, the former cricketer joining us live over the phone line. Sir, again, a very exciting moment for all his fans, all of Indians here again. Sachin getting to new highs again. It sounds different to say it, but 50 centuries, half a century of centuries. How would you rate this achievement by Sachin Tendulkar?
This is not just phenomenal. I think it's probably unachievable in my view in today's scenario and with the sort of cricket that is being played. And I think what is great about Sachin is, I mean, over the years that I've known him, he's just remained as humble as he can be. And, you know, I work with him very closely. And he's the sort of person that, you know, he's most willing to learn from anyone, and which is it's very, very rare to come across. And I think I've learned more watching him after I stopped playing the game than while I have been coaching, rather than when I was playing the game. And for me, it's been it's something out of the world. I mean, you have to be around to really understand the feeling.
Right. If I can ask you another question now, this is one man again who symbolizes longevity, who's again gone through the troughs of cricketing career, come out on top of it, and now stands again firmly on top of his colleagues, again having achieved a lot. Again, 50 Test centuries is what we're looking at. Again, you've known him for a very long time. At what point did you actually see that spark in him that he actually can move forward and achieve these new highs, which were unimaginable only a few years back?
No, I think the past few years, whatever I've seen and again recollect from Sachin is the passion that he's had for the game throughout his cricketing career, and he's not lost that. I think that is the key for someone like him. I mean, he's had the passion. But there have been a lot of great cricketers, but I think very few have had the sort of passion that he's had, and he's never wanted to be number two. That's the great thing about him. He's always wanted to be number one. He's had the passion, he's had the drive, and as I said, he's always had an open mind and wanting to learn more.
Right. Now that you say that, I think it's inevitable that we bring this question to light. Every time Sachin makes a big achievement, it's almost impossible to take out this question out of the equation. Again, Sachin Tendulkar being the greatest, how would you take that question now in the context of Sachin having made this excellent test, that too in difficult situations against some fiery bowling attack by the South Africans? How would you rate his performance over the years?
Well, in my view, I mean, a lot of people talk about Bradman, and I've never seen Bradman. I've just seen him on tapes. And I mean, I've seen many cricketers. I've seen people like Clara. I mean, the best of the best. But I think there's no one close to him. I mean, as I said, it's all about his passion, his will, and his want to succeed and be the best. And I think he's done that with honors.
Right. Sir, how do you see now from this point onwards, having made all of these achievements, how do you see Sachin now moving forward? Again, he's achieved pretty much everything that had to be achieved. But for the fact that, again, he hasn't starred in India winning the World Cup, how do you see Sachin taking this forward from here?
I think he's really enjoying the game. I mean, I don't think he's really thinking too much about these sort of achievements. I think he's playing his best, and he's just playing, what is natural to him now. And I think I'm pretty sure that he will take that into the World Cup as well.
Right. So now again, just a final question to you about Sachin Tendulkar in the context of the match now. Now again, a big achievement, but that doesn't take the focus away that India still is in the need of a few very critical runs right now. Again, the 4th day of play, the 5th day remains. How do you see this match panning out?
Well, I think if we have to save the game, sorry to say it, but I think Sachin will probably have to be there. And it's not going to be that easy because he's just batting with the rest of the guys now. Most of the top order batsmen are gone. So if we really have to save the game, we'll have to bat well into the 5th day. Right, there again. Thanks a lot, Mr. Robin Singh, for joining us and sharing your views with us. Again, it was great having you here and celebrating with us. Again, the big celebration that we are seeing. I'm sure every household in India that's ever seen Sachin Tendulkar play. I personally can recall watching his matches in Sharjah again, where he made those magnificent tons. Again, that's another word, magnificent, running out of adjectives here. But nonetheless, you can see on your screens there, Sachin Tendulkar, an emotional one at that, celebrating this massive, massive achievement. Again, 50 Test centuries, as Robin Singh put it appropriately for us. Nobody comes close. Again, there have been a lot of comparisons here, speaking about in terms of, speaking in the context of Don Bradman, speaking in the context of contemporaries such as Ponting, but again, nobody comes close. That was Mr. Robin Singh quoting Mr. Robin King. Again, we'll take it forward from there, and let's take a quick look at the highest century makers in history. Again, as you have on your screen there, Steve Waugh did very well for himself, 32 again. Brian Lara again did reasonably well with 34 centuries. Then of course the list starts with Sunil Gavaskar. Jacques Kallis again, he was in the news again earlier just a couple of days back in fact, for making that maiden double ton. But Ricky Ponting, who is the closest competitor, stands 11 centuries, a full 11 centuries behind the master blaster Sachin Tendulkar. So again, that gives you an idea about the competition that Sachin Tendulkar is up against. Again, taking nothing away from the likes of Ricky Ponting, Jacques Kallis. Great performance for the game, but for the fact that few can boast, nobody in fact can boast of having a half a century of centuries under his belt. That's Sachin Tendulkar for you gentlemen.
Again, having done that performance today again with the tests of 175, exceptional record. Their numbers speak volumes there. Critics have always been there talking about how he has not performed overseas, how he has failed overseas, how he has not kept in line with the team performance, how he hasn't contributed to victories. Here's one example. Here's one innings where he's played the anchor innings, where he's actually shouldered the burden of the innings. I think this is a fitting answer to all the critics here coming in on this test on Centurion. Again, a very critical position is where India found itself, having lost VVS Lakshman, having lost Raina, Tendulkar building a solid partnership with Dhoni there, having lost Dhoni nonetheless, but then again building a solid partnership nevertheless. So that's Sachin Tendulkar for you again, doing very, very strongly, continuing to play very strong. They're playing on 106 right now. So that's Sachin Tendulkar again, the big story at this hour. We'll head into a small break. On the other side, of course, there's a lot more developments happening in and around your city. We'll get you latest update on all of that in just a short while.